November sales data is out, and is the Toronto real estate market crashing? We are hoping that the overnight lending rate will not increase, and this might be the end of price increases, maybe a slight one again on their next meeting. But let's just look at the numbers to understand exactly what is happening, what's happened month over month, what's happened year over year in the actual cities. So I find that it's very, very important to actually analyze what's happening in each city, as each city still has a different behavior on pricing. So it's very important to analyze these numbers where we're looking at the actual median price to give us a better idea as to where pricing is, because if you have different types of housing, be it condo apartment, townhomes, and detached homes, that price, if you just take the average price, you're not going to be able to get a real idea as to what's going on. In today's market, where people are not qualifying for very large mortgages based on their income, how is it that they're going to be buying that $2 million home in a particular area? Meanwhile, the majority of the activity is taking place between 800,000 to maybe 1.1. Depending on the area, obviously. So let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at Durham region and see exactly what's happening in that area. So in Ajax, we have the property value now at $905,000 in the month of November. As you can see, in October, pricing was $895,000. You can take a look at another number is 15 days on the market, and you're now down 15% year over year. Pickering, Ontario, now in the month of November has a median price of $852,950. Again, you can see it was 885,000, so a slight drop. 16 days is the number of days on the market. And again, 16.8% year over year, we're down. Oshawa, Ontario, again, November median prices are at $733,000. And you will see that the last month's numbers are 745,000. We're now down year over year 12.7%. The important part about this is that when our market had peaked in the month of February, you're going to now see larger losses year over year. So it's very important to also analyze what's happening in the previous month. If you take a look at the charts that I've put in there, the graphs, you'll be able to sort of see how we have really stabilized in the past 4 or 5 months since obviously that very large peak that happened from February onwards. So it's very important. Number of days on the market will tell us a lot. So when you look at the number of houses that are actually listed, the amount of inventory, I think at this point, it's very difficult for us to sort of say that why are we now down 50% versus last year. People who have their homes are not going to move up. They're staying put. They're like, hey, I'm not going to sell. Why would somebody want to sell their home if and go into further debt for perhaps, or they just won't qualify? So they obviously in their minds, they're thinking, hey, I was able to get almost $1.5 million or $1.8 million, and now my home is worth $1.2 million. What is the point? So they have a little bit of that FOMO, probably staying put. There's no reason for them to move on. And obviously now trigger rates have taken effect, whether the renewal dates have taken into effect. Now people are hunkering down to be able to afford what they currently have. And by selling is not going to solve any problems, because they're going to be in the same situation by downsizing. If you do have any questions regarding mortgages or real estate, be sure to reach out to me. The details are in the bio. Moving on to Markham, Ontario, we've got the median price of 1.275 million as opposed to last month's 1.250. Again, a little bit of an uptick. Year over year, actually, the change is only 6.6% below from last year. Newmarket, Ontario has a median price now of $1,037,944. We've got a median price from last month at $1,080,000, so there is still a decline. They're looking at an 18 days on market is the average, and we're down 9.7% year over year. A little bit further east, we've got Belleville, Ontario, which is a great rental market and a great area to invest in. Median price now is at $510,000. Last month's numbers were $480,000. So we are slightly up, and its value year over year has changed to negative 8.5%. So in Peel region, Brampton, Ontario, the median price is now $950,000 as opposed to last month's $951,000. You're looking at 20 days on average on the market, and it's down 13.2% year over year. Again, keep in mind, these negative numbers are going to throw everything out because the numbers were so high in the months following. So you're going to see a discrepancy there. Mississauga has a median price now of $929,500. Last month was $900,000. That was the median price, and the number of days on market was about 23 days. You're actually up year over year 3.4%. Pretty interesting. Caledon has decreased in value. In the month of November, it was 1.180 as opposed to last month's 1.296 million. 36 days on the market, and we're down 15%. This market I've seen, Caledon market, has declined pretty significantly. Hamilton, Ontario has a median price now in the month of November of $636,000 as opposed to last month's $640,000. Number of days on the market is 27 days. We're down 10.5% year over year. Welland, Ontario, which has been a very good rental market also, is median price of $585,000. The median price last month was $567,500. We're looking at 40 days on average on the market, and we're down only 6.8% year over year. So looking at the Toronto market, as many of you guys know, I like to separate those two because of the amount of density when it comes to condos and detached homes. So in Toronto, the median price is now $880,000. As you can see, it's for all properties, and the median price for last month was $925,000. So we're seeing quite a decline. 20 days on average, we are seeing an increase year over year of 1.2%. Now, if we look at the Toronto detached market, we are going to see that the median price is actually $1.635 million for a detached home in Toronto. It's got last month's numbers were 1.677, and we are down year over year 5%. You can see it's 18 days on the market is the average in the month of October, and pretty much November also. So the Toronto condo market has a median price now of $687,500 as opposed to last month's $710,000. So you can see quite the decline there. Also, it's 22 days is the average days on market, and we're down 3.8%. So now this is giving you a little bit of a better perspective as to what's happening, which market segment is getting hit the most. But when we're looking at all of the GTA and getting a median price there, the numbers actually look worse in Toronto overall, but they actually aren't in proper Toronto, the 416. If you have any concerns about real estate or mortgages, please be sure to reach out to me, as I focus primarily on mortgages and real estate. If you have any questions regarding real estate or mortgages, or you feel you want to be able to help somebody else out, if you would like to help somebody else out with their own mortgage and real estate concerns, be sure to share this video, and hopefully we can be able to help them out. I feel that knowledge is the actual key to us making the correct real estate decisions or any investment decisions. So please use this data and use it to analyze your next investment. I have other videos on my channel that will go over how to select cities for your next investment if you're looking for rental properties or multifamily, and a whole bunch of other mini and short form videos that I will be releasing shortly regarding key terms so that you get a better understanding of what people are talking about. You don't need to be afraid. As long as you have the right people beside you, guiding you the right way, you are sure to make at least the best decision at that moment and move forward. Barrie, Ontario has a median price now in the month of November of $687,500. As opposed to last month's numbers of 710,000, with the average number of days on market as 26. We are now down year over year 12.7%. Moving on to the Tri-Cities. So Kitchener, Ontario, median price now sits at $680,000 for the month of November, as opposed to last month's $705,000, with a 22 average days on market. The year over year is now down 11.7%. Guelph, Ontario, in the month of November, median price now sits at $730,255, as opposed to last month $729,000. So it's a slight uptick, if you want to call it that. We are down year over year 10.9%. Average days on market again 20. Cambridge, Ontario has a median price now of $697,500, as opposed to last month $685,000, with 22 days is the number of average days on the market, and we're down 10.6% year over year. Further west, we have London, Ontario. And London, Ontario, which did also see some declines in between, has a median price now of $571,500, as opposed to $575,000. And the average days on market is 30 days. We're looking at a year-over-year decline of 12%. If there is a city that I have missed out, please be sure to comment below, and I'll be more than happy to analyze that particular property in my next video.